Welcome to another segment here. I've been today to one of my favourite stores here in Fort Worth. It's a little place known as Movie Trading Company, and we can see this. They're having a big old sale. Buy two, get one free. Well, that's a heck of a good deal on DVD and Blu-rays. Well, listen, I'll make the sale, I think, but I've gone ahead and chosen a couple of my movies that I wanted to get. Some obviously some haven't. Now, listen. This one is good. It's a really, really funny movie. It's one of my favorite actors, Steve Carell. It's called Dinner with Schmucks. It's really good. This one I have not seen, but I'd love to watch it. It's called Deep Impact. It's an apocalypse movie where the Earth's going to be destroyed. You can tell there's a big old explosion on the way. So this one should be good. And then The Island. And this one seems really, really good. It's with Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson, and look, it says this, leading also cast as residents of an isolated high-tech compound, when they discover that they're actually clones, and worse of all, dead than alive, they stage a daring escape. Well, it sounds thrilling. I'll tell you if this one's good. It looks good. Then we've got this one. Listen, this one is great. It's called My Left Foot with Daniel Day-Lewis. He suffers a little bit of a stroke, yes, and he has to recover. And Willie, we don't know yet. I've seen it before. It's a heck of a good movie. Brings me to tears. My Left Foot, one of my favourite ones. Another one that's great, really emotional as well. Forever Young. Have you seen this movie? It's amazing. Again, Mel Gibson. They pop him awake. He says, "Listen, I feel like I'm young, but I also feel like I've been asleep for 100 years." From there, anyone's guess, but it's a heck of a good movie. So that one's good too. So a lot like this one. Finally, I haven't seen this one yet. Duplicity. Julia Roberts and this guy Clive Owen, a heck of a good guy, a really, really good actor. This one is also about spies, they're corporate spies, and they find out that they got to work for a competing. Listen, I haven't seen it yet, but it looked at $3.99. What a price! It looks like it's going to be good. This one I love, Heat. Val Kilmer, Al Pacino, and look, Robert De Niro. See? Robert De Niro, $3.99. Love the movie. It's a great one. I'm on the edge of my seat about this one. Pacino again. This one I'd never heard of. Faces in the Crowd with the stunningly beautiful Mila Jovovich. Now this one is also very weird. She's got really facial recognition problems, and also she's on the run from a serial killer. Who tried to kill her, was not able to kill her, but I think that he's all around her, much as McClintock is, and she simply can't recognise his face. Yeah. So she's having a real difficulty. So this one struck a chord with me, and I'm looking forward to watching all of these. That's what I'm doing. We've got Faces in the Crowd, yes. Hey, that's a great one. Duplicity, this one should be good. Now these two are very good. Forever Young, and again, My Left Foot, one of my favourite movies. The Island, another great one. Love these ones, Deep Impact. They're finally for a little light-hearted after all the dinner for schmucks. See you next time. The Aussie Boy Vlogs is a production of Aussie Boy Industries. You know what? I'm going to review all these movies, and first on the dais is Duplicity. Now I'll tell you what. A cool, sexy caper. Listen, who can resist it? I'm going to give you a little review afterwards. I'll let you know how it was. It's a heck of a good movie, I assume, and if it's not cool nor sexy, I'll let you know. But how could it not be with this lot? You understand me? Take care. Stay tuned for my review. The Aussie Boy Vlogs will return. Alright, well, I'm about to unbox this. I know my nephew does a lot of videos where he unboxes. Look at this. This is a brand new DVD. This has never been opened. I don't know if it's a popular movie or not. I've heard good things about it. My friend Witch Doctor Steve said definitely check out Duplicity, you learn a lot. I said alright then. Brand new DVD for $3.99. Okay, $5.99 now. But listen, the truth is, we're looking forward to it, and we'll let you know how it is after. Well folks, the reviews are in. Duplicity, so-so, not that good. Cool or sexy, so-so. Not that cool, not that sexy. One of my least favourite Julia Roberts movies that I've ever seen. Clive Owen, a poor showing. It was alright, it wasn't great. It was about a couple of spies, and I never could quite figure out what exactly they had done. Were they working for the government? Were they working for the Baldness Cream people? On the back of the jacket it says a corporate spies, but it didn't make sense. Could it be that, like McClintock, they've got their hands in the business barrel? Because he, of course, is a government agent, but he's also working in cahoots with a lot of the military-industrial people, which is a potential reason why I live in Fort Worth, because we've got the Lockheed Martin folks here, and McClintock are going to send me here. So for that reason, it gets a thumbs up. Cool and sexy, so-so. There was one scene that was good in that regards, but we didn't get to see much of her. It was only a little bit, though. The Aussie boy will return with another movie review. Cheers, folks. Folks, we're going to get back to the Aussie Reviews movies in a moment, but first I wanted to alert you to Razoo's Cajun Cafe. And you can see on the side we've got a little alligator, and the dreaded Ted Man McCuthers. But he's alright, he's playing a little bit of Zydeco music. And he's probably drawn in this alligator again. Ding, the beat, no Razoo's. Here in wonderful downtown Fort Worth, Texas. Potentially an alligator exit point. Back to the reviews. Aussie Boy Hunt's Vlogcast is a production of Aussie Boy Industries. Folks, and I gotta tell you, I'm here in downtown Fort Worth looking for a job again as either a business manager. I was in acquisitions, and it's been a really, really difficult day. A lot of people have said, thumbs down, mate. The economy, I guess, is really not doing well. I've been over to Subway, I have a little more favourite sandwiches out of Subway sandwich there. Tuna, it was pretty good. It wasn't quite as good as the one they got at Great Outdoors, but it was good. I'm about to head over to Bank of America, see if something going on there. You know, it's all about natural gas now, and that's not really what I do as an investment banker. So I'm going to tell you, but you can see I got on my snazzy outfit. And I'm a heck of a good guy, so I'm going to put this up on Craigslist as well, see what I get. Y'all have a great day now. The Aussie Boy Hunts podcast is a vlogcast now. Alright, next up we're going to be watching Faces in the Crowd with the great Mila Jovovich. This is a movie that slipped through the cracks, at least for the Aussie boys, from 2011. It's a suspenseful thriller from what I understand. And in this one, she's got a real difficult problem identifying faces. This is maybe a problem that people might have, but the problem is, if you can't identify a serial killer who's trying to kill you, well, you may be in for a heck of a problem. So we're going to see if it stands up to one of my favourite movies, Copycat. I love Copycat. So if it's as good as I'll let you know. We're going to have a review following the feature. Listen, I've lit up some candles and I'm ready to go. The Aussie Reviews, Faces in the Crowd. Well, let's get right to it. Faces in the Crowd with Mila Jovovich. What a heck of a good movie. She has face blindness, and she cannot see even who her own husband is after a certain point of time, let alone who the killer is. I gotta tell you, I watched the movie, I'm still not convinced that was the killer, because if she can't see the face, then who can, is what I say, because she couldn't see it, but then she did. Is there another twist beyond the movie, is what I wonder, but I gotta give it 2 Aussie thumbs up for Faces in the Crowd. It's a heck of a good movie. It had me on the edge of my seat. Thriller much? Oh my god, was I thrilled. Captivated by Mila, of course, and it was great. It's a grand production, a great movie. I heard her in the afterword compare it to a Hitchcock. That's fair. Mila, that is fair. There's been another Aussie boy review some movies he likes. This one I didn't know I would like. I just got it from the DVD store. I've got a bunch more to review. But this one, a heck of a good movie. Cheers. Well, we've been having a great time watching DVDs that I purchased. Tonight, I feel like something a little more light-hearted. So we're going to queue up Dinner for Schmucks. And it's with one of my favourite actors, Steve Carell. He's a heck of a good guy. Very funny movie. I've seen it before, I admit it, but I love it. And I'm ready to watch it again. I'm going to give a review after. See if it's still good to me. There's only one thing keeping aspiring executive Paul Rudd from corporate success. Must find the perfect guest to bring to his boss's monthly dinner party. Now, from here, it's a remake of another movie. He's got to bring somebody that doesn't think it's very cool, but we all know it. This guy may not be such a schmuck after all. So we're looking forward to that. I'll give you a review after. We're having a little bit of a laid-back kind of evening. Cheers, everybody, the Aussie Boy Vlogs. Well, dinner for schmucks. I gotta tell you, this movie continues to be great. Wow! I'm gonna watch the special features, and I'm really, really excited. Steve Carell, bravo. The great Paul Rudd, fantastic job. Wow! And I got back with Julia. I don't know what the actress's name is, but I got back with Julia. Well, I'd say this review wasn't a schmuck up. It was really good. I'm going to do another one tomorrow. Or maybe tonight if I feel I watch another DVD. Look at him, he's a good go. He's a good go. Alright, so for the next movie. This movie is called Deep Impact. Don't know if I can read, it's rather dark in here. It's from 1998. It's about some type of disaster about to hit. It stars the great and beautiful Téa Leoni. And the real reason I got it is it's another Morgan Freeman movie that I haven't seen, and I always love his movies. He's, of course, the President of the United States, and little did we know that Barack would make this reality come true. And I'd say if Ronald Reagan was president, maybe the next guy, over the dreaded Trump, merely a McClintock in disguise practically, why not elect Morgan Freeman? I think he'd do a heck of a good job. So anyway, we're going to watch Deep Impact from 1998. It's got Robert Duvall in it as well, and it should be a really, really wonderful movie. Cheers, I'll be here for the afterword. The Aussie Boy Vlogs, movie reviews. Well, this one was a bit of a mixed bag for me. It was a bit of an edge-of-your-seat thriller, but I gotta tell you, the resolution of the film left me a bit, what's the word for this that I want to use? It left me a bit less than full. It was a really dramatic meal, and in the end, only one of the media struck. Now, there's not a Deep Impact 2, but I thought it would have been very interesting had there been more carnage. And granted, there was carnage. That said, bravo to the great Téa Leoni. She held the whole picture together. Then, of course, we had James Cromwell. He did a pretty good job, just a little bit of a cameo. We got to see Elijah Wood and Lily Sobieski later to become great film stars of their own right. So that was interesting. You know what? It was a heck of a good film. When I think about it, it was a heck of a good film. That's an overall so-so. I can't decide. I'm gonna marinate on this one for a minute. You know, if you've seen the movie, maybe check it out. It might be good to watch. Cheers. We'll be back with another movie review very soon. In the next segment, Aussie Boy Vlogs. Alright, well, I just got done with the season premiere of Better Call Saul, and it was amazing. Oh, we've got the lens glare. So this is the next I'm going to watch. It's a movie called The Island. It's with ScarJo, who I love, and Ewan McGregor. They believe themselves to be clones. It's a sci-fi thriller. They're locked on sort of an Alcatraz. You can see the helicopter effects. It's a Michael Bay production. So it's going to be a slam-bang action thriller. I'm pretty pumped. In a moment, I'm going to give you my review. That's after I've viewed the film. So there will be no time lag in between clips for you. There will be a title card. That said, it would have taken me about an hour and a half to view the film and to come up with my thoughts. That's instant, because I've got a lot to say after each movie. And if you look here, that's a heck of a cool car. And look, we've got the helicopter. Who's that bloke? We've got a bridge here. Honda Civic, could be bad. So, without further ado, I'm going to watch The Island. And let you know after. Cheers, the Aussie Boy Vlogs. Well, it's time for intermission with the Aussie. I've gone ahead and made myself a little midnight snack, or a big midnight snack. I've got a great hunger. I've been to the gym, so I've made up a little bit of cheesy scrambles, 3 strips of bacon, which I love, whipped up a little bit of French toast, yes, and a big old pot of coffee. So I'm sat back. I've done some exercising earlier before the movie. This movie is a heck of a good movie. This is the intermission. I got very hungry. So I'm going to return with my review. But until then, you don't get to eat this, and I do. But I made all the stuff. So I'm a cook. All right. I'll see you in a little bit. Aussie Boy Vlogs. So listen, folks. If you're a fan of the film The Island, then you'll know that ScarJo gets Ewan a very difficult item to get with a little bit of flirting with the prison mom, and it's bacon. She asks for 5 slices of bacon, and she gets him the lion's share of it, and she's a heck of a good gal, and he eats the bacon. And so I was sitting there, I said, listen, what I need to do is make up some bacon. It got me really, really hungry. As I said, I had to work out earlier, so I'm sitting around here eating bacon. I love it. Cheers. Another intermission. I just had the thought. I said, listen, what if I started eating because of that? It's because of that. And they monitor on the island all this different stuff, so. Crispy bacon. Cheers, everybody. Aussie Boy Vlogs. Oh my God, and we want a little bit of a hailstorm. Well, we know what McClintock's done with weather control, but there's one thing you can't control, and that's the Texas weather. Well, it's there, and I'm going to tell you. And that's, of course, he sent in the hailstorm. Well, I don't think he has. Well, I think it's not hailing from there. I hope my car's okay. I got a Volkswagen, and we're hoping that it'll be alright. I got to tell you, I'm still watching The Island, and another intermission, I guess. Stop for that. That's a good amount of hail. Well, folks, if you want to watch a good movie, you might want to check out Deep Impact. But if you want to check out a great movie, a real gutbuster, it's The Island. It's The Island all the way. Science fiction versus science fact. It has both. Clones, are they real? Is McClintock a clone? We don't know yet. If you get the DVD, play the movie. It's a heck of a ride. The Aussie Boy Vlogs, 2 big thumbs up. Cheers. Welcome to another very special edition of the Aussie Boy Vlogs. We're headed to a very special location here in Fort Worth. Folks, it's a beautiful evening. It's around dusk in Fort Worth. It's a time when a lot of the Aussie rustlers would head to their fires and cook up a sausage or two. Luckily, we're next to the woodshed, and I've heard he's got some wonderful venison sausage on the roast. We're headed now to a very special locale. Stay tuned on the Aussie Boy Vlogs. Now folks, I'm not sure what I put in this video for now. It might be an intermission to my movie film I'm making, the beautiful Trinity Trails. We were walking over there the other night, and up here we've got, of course, McClintock's Lairs. This is the Colonial. I play a little golf. I know I wouldn't be welcome here. I know I wouldn't be welcome. And up ahead, we've got a log cabin village, and we're on our way right now, mate. And this is a historic park here in beautiful Fort Worth. There was an Aussie wrestler 2 or 10 that at one time will have a cabin here. We're going to get to some of the history of that, but mostly we're going to have a heck of a good time. So stay tuned, my right turn coming up to the Aussie Boy Vlogs. We're on the march and we're on the approach to again, and I promised you, Log Cabin Village. The gates are open for the Aussie. There it is. It's a living history museum. Turn the music off. That's a little bit of Night Ranger. I hope the copyright people don't have a problem with it. Yeah, it's a log cabin village. Yeah. Park and recreation. I hope it's not a recreation, but in a way it is a historical recreation. That's it, a lot of these buildings have been here a heck of a long time. So this is where the king would live. He had a heck of a good time, and he'd have the servant living over here doing a little blacksmithing. This would typically be where the Aussie rustler would have a little bit of an occasion to live there. He'd be working on a lot of different stuff that the king would want, yes. This one here, this was from the 80s. There was a bloke that made it. He come back, he said, my grandfather was a blacksmith, he was an Aussie rustler, I'd like to live there. They said, so, you sure? He said, yes. He got the rights to it, and he's built it. Sadly now, this has become a public restroom. They kicked him out. They said, listen, you made a great house, but you're gone. So that was too bad. So, is that a true story? Well, of course, yes. That's my sister in Aussie Joe, and he knows it. So, yeah, that's that. Of course, they've got these as well. The restroom right there, and then those I don't know. There's a lot of popular people that come over here. A lot of school groups love having a look at the log cabin village. Okay, so I said blacksmithing. You can see it's happened here. All right. Now, this one. Blackie Smith was the bloke's name. He was a heck of a bad guy. The Russells had a real issue with him. He was one step above the blacksmiths. He was actually an expert blacksmith. The problem was he had stolen from many of the Aussie rustlers that had showed up in years previous, and he would take advantage of the Aussie rustlers who'd be living over there after getting a bird from Spaniard Hill. They'd have a heck of a bad time. This one, that's where the princess lived. Yeah, that's where the princess would live, yes. The king would keep his princess over there. He'd be, what's the word for this? Taming her for later. Taming her for later. She would get to live in his house at one point, but until at the time she was tamed. Witch. Well, hopefully not, mate, but sometimes they were probably witches. The king was a heck of a good guy. He did a really, really nice thing here or there. The problem was Blackie Smith. He was a really, really bad guy. And he had a lot of the Aussie rustlers, and I don't like him. This one here too, look. This one is new. You can tell the windows. Those aren't old windows, they're new windows. So listen, I got to tell you again, this was the bloke related to the Aussie rustlers who made a change here or there. He said, listen, they need to put some new windows on the place, and they said, of course. So he did that. They kicked him out. It was a good change. This is the forest here. I might go have a wander here, yes, except for, look, it's private property. Okay, well, I think I'm going to consider it an intermission. That was a little tour of Log Cabin Village. I guess they're trying to keep people out of here, and I don't know why, and whatever could be the reason. Dubious! That's it, we'll have a look at Colonial just for a moment. Cheers on the Aussie intermission. Well, folks, minutes away from the Colonial, we've got this neighbourhood, and it's likely to say that the Aussie rustlers never found themselves there. That said, the kin of the king. They're probably living right here now, mate. They've probably got a round scheduled at Colonial. Not today, though, because it's near dusk, and it's going to be very, very dark soon. I'm going to go back to the movies now. The Aussie at the movies will continue in a moment. Cheers, everybody. Well, it's time for the Aussie intermission. If you look on the horizon, there's a heck of a big storm coming in. My prediction is this one's going to be a doozy. Well, there was the little clouds up there. They've been rolling in. I said, listen, I smell rain in the air. I look into the horizon, whenever there are Walgreens, and you can see there's a big storm on the way. So far in this segment, we've had a hailstorm. I'm actually not watching the movie right now, but that's about to start up My Left Foot. That'll be the next one. It might be a day later. Nevertheless, we will sit and wait. And when the storm heads in, we're going to have it on camera. Aussie Boy Hunts Vlogcast. Cheers, mate. Well, let's move it on in. There's a wind in the air, and if we look up, I don't know if these are cumulus clouds, but they're coming on, they're heading right on in. So, let's wait and see. It's reminded me a little of a M. Night Shyamalan movie. If you want to be in for a treat, everyone should really watch The Village. It's a heck of a scary movie. There's a vibe here in Fort Worth right now. clouds are broken up. Well, I hadn't looked at the weather report, so well to see. So it might have been nothing. On the horizon line, there's still a little bit more cloud cover. While we wait to see the sun appears, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about My Left Foot. It's a great movie. Stars Daniel Day-Lewis. I've seen it before when I was a young bloke. Listen, and I got to tell you, it's about a bloke had a stroke, and he loses a lot of the significant use of his body. He's got to relearn the whole thing, mate. It reminds me a lot of one of my other favourite movies regarding Henry, with Harrison Ford. This one's great too. Following My Left Foot, we're going to watch Forever Young. So, buckle in. It's going to be another special edition of the Aussie Boy Reviews Movies while we wait for the storm. Cheers. Look it up the mother. Look it up the mother if you're gone. If you're gone. Look it up the mother. Well, final one on this one. I think it's a wash. You can see the trees are going around. It really has an eerie vibe out here today. Okay, it reminded me again of the film The Village. So, if it does rain, I'll be filming it. Otherwise, buckle in for another very special movie time with the Aussie. Cheers. Well, I've just finished viewing My Left Foot. All that's left now is tears. This is a tour de force. Daniel Day-Lewis, bravo, sir. If it hasn't been knighted yet, he will be. Bravo. An Academy Award-winning performance? Yes. Cheers. Up next, we got Forever Young. Well, listen, you know, I'm a heck of a good goal. A heck of a good goal. Well, I'm almost done with the Aussie Reviews movies. I got two more left. Up next is Forever Young. And I've had a really good time watching them, except for I've been out of time for watching movies. Did you like this? I put it up the video now, I suppose. And did you like it? What's the point of this? We want a big pile of dirt. This person made a little driveway, now it's gone. They put in new parking spaces. So, anyway, Mel Gibson and Forever Young, I'm going to have the review after. We're going to pop some popcorn here in Aussie land. Cheers. Oh my word. And right off the bat, a real nail biter. That's the great George Witt. And we've got to wonder, is this plane about to crash? Oh my God! Wow! On to this off. Cheers. Well, there's stuff to tell, but this is Richard Gere. And early in the movie, he looks a lot younger. And I don't know how they've done it, but they've made his face look a lot older. This is a very touching film. And he's a heck of a good boy. You need to give him an Academy Award. And I know it's an older movie. But makeup and practical effects, incredible! Wow! They can probably make this little bloke be an old man too. They've got that kind of movie work. Let the sequel go. Well, review forthcoming. Cheers. Now that last flight sequence was really something, and I believe I mistook him for Richard Gere. This, of course, is Mel Gibson. The disguise was just that good. Now listen, this movie is a heck of a good movie. 2 Aussie thumbs up. If you can grab a copy of Forever Young, I gotta say, you're gonna love it. You're gonna have a heck of a good time. Finally, tomorrow, we're gonna be viewing a little movie called Heat. And from there, this will be posted. Listen, Unit production manager Stephen McAvity. Well, he did a heck of a good job. First assistant director Matt L. Beasley. Listen, bravo, hats off to you, mate. The second assistant director David Schrager. Well, Schrager no more, mate. You did a killer job. Daniel, Mel Gibson, yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis and Audrey Wood. Yeah, we got a lot of actors and actresses that did a heck of a good job. So, on that note, cheers! Wow! Folks, it's the Aussie boy. We've loved Forever Young. This one reminds me a little bit of Stand By Me with River Phoenix. Look, it's a lovely little creek right next to some railroad tracks. And I've got to tell you, if you found a duck out here, you'd be in pretty happy times with Aussie, because I love talking to ducks. Uh-oh. Huh? Yeah. We got it in. So, my fire movie swam on me. There's no review forthcoming. I've seen it many times. If you're not here, that's where the creek was. So I take it a bamboo, and then for the piste de resistance, we've got a lovely rural track. She goes all the way over here, and then over there. Now listen, folks, and I got to tell you, this is going to be a little intermission. I got to tell you where I am, and I'm really excited about today. I've been to Denton, but today is Aussie does Dallas. I'm here in Dallas, Texas. I'm in a very ritzy part of town. I'm over by Highland Park off of Lemon Avenue. I heard about a very good independent theatre. I was thinking about to go see Alien Covenant there. It doesn't work out for now. There's no showings at present. So listen, I've had a really nice day here. I've seen a lot of old friends, and guess what? It's on with the show for me, mate. We're going to try to find something interesting to show you. So when I find that, I'll be happy to show it to you. So anyway, Dallas, Texas, and on with the show. Listen, everybody, it has been an amazing, for me, amazing bit of viewing of all these movies that we've watched. Is there a problem with the camera? Oh, my lenses are fogged up. But anyway, it's been a great time watching, and we're about to get to the finality of it. It's the film Heat, and that's going to be the last one I'm going to edit together, put this up online. So everybody have a great day. Coming next, the Aussie reviews the film Heat with Danny Glover and Val Kilmer. Enjoy. Tom, we're going to turn afterward with the Aussie Heat. Oh, a good movie. Al Pacino, stunning performance. De Niro, these two buttonheads. The thrilling finale, mate, and the real star of the show, the city of Los Angeles. Well, and I've got to tell you, mate, the Aussie boys are about to make a jaunty to the city of Lloyd's. That's going to happen in a week, about a week from now. We're going to be rolling film, mate. So after this one's posted, you're very likely to see the Aussie in Los Angeles. If you want the money to spend, grab a copy of Heat, a heck of a good movie. Cheers, mate. Well, people know it. My grandfather, he was a Marine in the Australian Navy. And listen, when you watch warfare breaking out on Los Angeles streets, fictional or not, mate, you've got to wonder about McClintock and what he's done with the reduction of the Australian Navy. And I, as a proud Aussie, will not stand for it. As a result, I've been sitting here to forward. And it's nice enough, but we're about to hit the scene of Los Angeles. But first, another segment. This is going to be the final one. The Aussie has reviewed about 8 movies now. We'll put a count of how many there were up on the screen. It's a heck of a lot. I think I did a really good job. What do you think? Comment below. Yep. Cheers. Now listen, folks, and I can see them commenting below. They say, listen, Aussie, I've seen the movie Heat. What would the Australian Navy be able to do in the case of urban warfare? Listen, The Navy is not only at sea, though that's their primary purpose. Should there be a squabble or two, they're ready to take a machine gun and fight the good fight. In fact, in Australian history, they've always played a major role, as in the case of the Aboriginal uprisings. The time that the one bloke, he organised all the people to be angry, and they got very angry and started rioting. Well, the Navy shut them down with a water pistol. So listen, it's a very funny joke. A lot of people are probably saying that Australians aren't as tough as the American military. So, mate, they're very, very tough. And not only that, they're wily, mate, wily. So next segment coming up, the Aussie Boys podcast. So this week I bought all the supplies from a local thrift store to do a little bit of golfing. I bought a 5-wood. It only cost me $2.50. From there I went to Target. I got some practice balls, some wiffle balls, so I'm going to head out to the park to do it. But listen, over here we've got a really good driving range. Right over there, I think is where you strike from. But listen, it's a little, you can tell, sun's going down, mate. So you what? One of these days I'm going to come out and do it. In the meantime, though, I'm gonna have some donuts, mate.
Back in, it's time for another donuts down the Cindy night.
Yes, the Eternal Classic here on the Aussie Boy Hunts Vlogcast. If you look here, we've got some of the better donuts coming out of the grease bath. From there, they pop up asunder, and then they've got to get a bath of glazing. They're a heck of a good guys. There are a lot of good guys going through the assembly line, mate. We're about to have some donuts. Cheers. Alright, well I was going to make another segment because the first go around wasn't as good as I wanted. However, YouTube's giving me copyright problems. If you can hear in the background Madonna song music, I really hope you can't, because I don't want to be infringed upon, mate. My podcast channel and my vlogcast are copyright free as far as the attorney that I've drawn up and the drafts that I've done. I've sent it out. Just like to the people at Discount Tires, mate, you're not going to give me any more troubles there. If you want to play a Madonna song as I'm working on my music, which is my cinema is my music, mate, then you'll have a law team on your side. Do you understand what I've said? So listen, they come from here, through the grease, they pop up. Well, it looks like for now, Fort Worth is safe in the hands of McClintock. As for the Australian Navy, they continue to be minimised and reduced by up to 75 to 80% from what I've read from the Sydney Times today, mate. So listen, we're done now with the movie reviews. That's a wrap, folks. I hope you enjoyed hearing my commentary on all the stuff, and I hope that the video itself was a nail-biter, because for me it was. Cheers, everybody. Aussie boy. Well, I hope that you enjoyed it, mate. Coming up next, it's the Aussie boy in Los Angeles. If you look at the TV, we've had a lot of fun here. These movies were great. If you notice, most of them got a positive review. Cheers, Aussie boy.